everyone. Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, Miss. Good afternoon. Very good. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, guys, we're about to finish with the unit 6. And then we're going to have 2 weeks left. But I have a question. Tengo una pregunta, chicos. Díganme, ¿ustedes tienen proyecto integrador?
Sí. ¿Por?
Lo que pasa es que como yo estoy trabajando en línea con ustedes, con los chicos que están en presencial, voy a trabajar con ellos también con el proyecto integrador. Entonces me acaba de surgir esa duda porque en teoría terminamos la próxima semana. Entonces quedarían 3 semanas de agosto, la última sería para presentar este proyecto. Entonces se supone que las 2 semanas de agosto antes de presentar el proyecto integrador son para trabajar en el proyecto integrador. Entonces me surgió esta duda de que si ustedes por estar en línea también van a trabajar con proyecto integrador. Digo en mi clase, ¿no? Entonces voy a averiguar eso con el coordinador de idiomas para ver qué es lo que va a pasar conmigo y nuestra materia, ¿ok? Bueno,
¿Me escucha?
Uh-huh.
Ok, bueno, se supone que terminamos el tercer parcial con usted, ya no tendríamos que estar en clases, una cosa así, por eso lo pregunta.
No.
Porque los que están en el proyecto, pues, no vamos a clase, ¿no? ¿Cómo se llama?
Lo pregunto más que nada porque no sé si aún así sea en línea, también tengan que hacer un proyecto conmigo, pues. O no sé si tengan que trabajar con más contenido. Esa es mi pregunta más que nada, porque en presencial definitivamente es un sí, pero con los que están en línea, que a pesar de que ustedes lleven clases en presencial, o sea, mi materia sigue en línea, no sé qué va a pasar ahí. Tengo que averiguar.
¿Nos avisa?
Sí, claro, les tengo que avisar, pues, pero por lo pronto sigamos avanzando normal, porque todavía esta y la próxima semana son del parcial 3. Ok, chicos, vamos a comenzar entonces. Y en este momento vamos a terminar lo que es el subtopic 6.2 para poder comenzar con el subtopic 6.3. Entonces, lo último que vimos en la clase pasada fue que hicimos 2 ejercicios de grammar. Y la verdad nos quedó súper poquito de este tema para del 6.0, and it says here, just to recap a little bit of what we were doing in the last class, we were talking about these modal verbs will, might, may, and in the negatives may not, won't, right? Ok, entonces este tipo de expresiones o de modals, recordemos que se utilizan para hablar sobre probabilidades, posibilidades del futuro, right? Entonces vamos a ver aquí en este ejercicio 4A y dice, write responses to sentences from 1 to 7. Use the prompts in parentheses with might, might not, may not, or will, won't. Esto quiere decir que podemos utilizar cualquiera de estas frases, ya sea might not, may not, will, or won't. Más estos prompts que tengo en paréntesis. Lo primero que tengo es the context, right? For example, in number 1, oh, we're having a picnic. This is the situation. But now in parentheses, I have a word that it's like a reply to the sentence, right? Rain, it has something to do with rain. Entonces, si estamos hablando de rain, estamos hablando del clima y por eso uso it. It might rain, porque es una cosa, right? Entonces, voy a leer las demás. For example, no estoy hablando aquí, estoy hablando de mí. Pero en la siguiente oración voy a poner lo que yo estoy diciendo sobre esa oración. Entonces, yo le estoy diciendo a esta persona, yo me voy a referir con you. La vamos a hacer juntos. You, y luego estamos hablando de que esta persona está diciendo that is becoming a vegetarian, that he or she is becoming a vegetarian. So then, what might happen? I will decide, I mean, it's up to you to choose any modal verb that you want from the options we have in here, right? But if the person is saying that is becoming a vegetarian, so then probably the person, I will tell them, you will lose weight. Voy a utilizar las palabras que tengo aquí en paréntesis. Obviamente también las puedo cambiar. Por ejemplo, aquí donde dice be, lo más probable es que lo utilicen como is, are, or am, right? Y así, por ejemplo, aquí donde dice not, pues voy a hacer la oración negativa para darle una respuesta a la primera oración que tengo. Is it clear what you're gonna do? Pueden utilizar, repito, tanto might como might not, may not, or will or won't. You decide. Aquí no hay bien o mal en cuanto al uso de los modals porque todo va a depender a cómo ustedes, digamos, entiendan o decidan decirle con respecto a la primera oración. Is it clear what you're going to do?
Yes.
Okay, so please work on this and then we're going to share. Ready, guys?
Yes.
Okay, let's go with number 3. I'm going to ask, let me see. Vianney, do you have number 3? Vianney, are you there? Do you have number 3? Ah, okay, okay. Raquel, do you have number 3?
It might be expensive.
Okay, can you read it like all, please? Like all the sentence, the full sentence.
Let's go to the best restaurant in town. It might be expensive.
Very good. Okay, it might be expensive. Entonces, en este caso no hubo que cambiar el verb, se utilizó tal cual el be, right? Porque estamos utilizando el might como modal verb. It might be expensive. Very good. Aquí, por ejemplo, si ustedes tenían may o tenían will, sigue estando correcto, ¿ok? Aquí más que nada lo que estamos revisando es la estructura de la oración, porque ya depende de ustedes el sentido que le den a cada oración. Cuauhtémoc, number 4, do you have it? Cuauhtémoc, do you have number 4? To feel healthier. Okay, I want to stop eating junk food, pero ¿cuál modal verb estás usando? No estás usando ninguno. Ni might, ni may not, ni may. Entonces, okay, you may feel healthy. Okay, thank you. Number 5, wow. Okay, or will, right? Yo creo que en este contexto, since it's a stop eating junk food, will pudiera ser un poquito más, digamos, accurate, pero as I said before, you could use may or might or whatever you want. Next one. Luisa Treasury, please.
Ahora tengo problema.
Can you do it? It says, let's
Um,
eat the cafe for breakfast. Es negativa.
you might not.
Okay, you may not. You may not. Estamos hablando de la cafetería. Entonces,
Okay.
¿cuál pronoun utilizaría?
It.
It, very good. It may not be open. Okay, good. Jorge, can you help me with number 6, please?
Yes, miss. I want to try eating octopus, and you won't like it.
You won't like it, okay. And number 7, Marianne, please. I will enjoy, okay. I'm going to take a cooking class. I will enjoy it. Very good. Ok, entonces repito, aquí no es que haya unas bien o mal, es más bien de acuerdo a lo que ustedes consideren, lo que estamos revisando es la estructura de la oración más que nada, ¿ok? A excepción de las 5 y las 6, pues que eran negativas. The rest of them, it was according to you. Okay, I'm going to erase. Voy a borrar y read the extract from a read it and answer the questions to practice on reading comprehension. So it says, how important is food in your life? Fernanda Huerta González from Colombia talks about food. Necesito a alguien, está dividido en dos párrafos, que lea el primer párrafo. Who wants to read?
I started.
Okay, go ahead, please.
In my late 20s, I moved from my home in Medellin, Colombia, to the United States to continue my studies. It was a good move, but I missed my family and friends. I also miss Colombian food. In my country, we have a lot of special dishes like mondongo and peto, and we take our time to prepare food. People say we cook with love.
Okay, thank you. Next paragraph, who wants to read it? Any volunteer to read the second paragraph?
Ah,
Sí.
yo lo leo.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah, no. El que dijo mejor.
Sure? Okay, Luis, can you read it?
Okay. While in the USA, I met another international student and twice a month. We got to care and cook for one another. It's were wonderful. I test food from many countries: Libya, Poland, países no Poland, Tunisia, Peru, and Japan. I also met, perdón, ¿cómo se pronuncia, profe?
Where are you? I also made many good friends. Do you hear
Okay.
that?
Same. My time is in the USA taught me the importance of food as part of culture and way they bring people together. Está muy mal en inglés, pero ahí va.
Okay, thank you. So here we're talking about Fernanda Huerta from Colombia. She was sharing some about the food she misses, but it says that in her country, well, we have, it says here that they have a lot of special dishes such as mondongo and peto, and they take time preparing because it says that people love, well, people from Colombia cook with love. Okay, so now we're gonna answer these questions, and it says, when and why did Fernanda move from her home city? Why? The moment and the reason she moved.
In her 20s, and she moves to the United States.
Okay, in her late 20s, and why? To continue her studies, right? Very good, thank you. Number 2, what does she say about Colombia food and Colombia cooking? What does it say about that?
Sounds okay, very Johnny, but I don't know the dishes. This is really, really from Colombia.
Okay, and the people say, well, actually, this is what I told you before, that they have special dishes and people say that they cook with love. But we haven't answered the last one, and it says, what food did she try in the USA and who made it? What food did she try in the US and who made it?
Are you going to do it, Raquel?
No, mejor tú.
Oh, God. Okay. She tries food from Libya, Poland, Tunisia, Peru, and Japan. And she just, I think she was cooking with friends or something like that. Let me see. Yeah. She met another international students.
Yeah, because it says in here that she met other international students. So they were various in different ways, right? Twice a month they got together and cooked from one another. So it means that the people she met were from these countries that are also mentioned. Okay. Now it says in here, compare the two examples below. What do you notice about the length of the sentences? These are two sentences showing basically the same, but wrote in a different way probably. So it says in the first one, I was in my late 20s. I went to the United States. I went to continue my studies. Second example, well, second sentence says, I was in my late 20s when I went to the United States to continue my studies. What is the difference between these two sentences we have in here? What can you notice? ¿Qué se pueden dar cuenta? Porque a final de cuentas las dos pues dicen lo mismo, pero se muestran de diferente forma. ¿Cuál es esa forma diferente?
Que abrevian.
Ok, que contrae, ¿no? Que lo hace más, más corta la oración. Aquí técnicamente tengo tres oraciones. I was in my late 20s, I went to the United States, I went to continue my studies. Y aquí estoy conectando con ciertas palabras como when y como el to. I was in my late 20s when I went to the United States to continue my studies. Entonces prácticamente aquí lo que hay que ver o hay que practicar también, pues es eso, ¿no? El hecho de hacer las oraciones más cortas, de contraerlas utilizando este tipo de palabras que nos conectan a las oraciones, como también son and, but, vamos a intentar aquí, por ejemplo, it was a good move, but I miss my family and friends. Also, it's also another one. And, as I told you before, and it's a very useful and common and popular connector. Okay, and well, basically that's it. Identificar y darnos cuenta que podemos hacer más cortitas a las oraciones diciendo lo mismo y manteniendo lo importante, right? Bueno, con esto estamos terminando el subtopic 6.2 y en este momento vamos a iniciar con el subtopic 6.3, que en realidad es más corto porque aquí ya no vemos grammar. Hasta este momento vamos a considerar las evidencias que acabamos de hacer, que en realidad fue nada más una, esta, la de my will, y la vamos a subir junto a lo que hicimos en la clase pasada, ¿ok? También igual pasó exactamente lo mismo en la clase pasada, o sea, les comenté que era hasta cierta actividad. Entonces, a partir de esa actividad hasta esta actividad lo vamos a subir en un espacio que voy a abrir ahorita, ¿ok? Y ya mañana subiría el otro espacio para subir lo de la 6.3. ¿Estamos claros? Ok, I hope so. Espero que sí. Cualquier duda igual me dicen, ¿ok? Entonces, lo que hagamos a partir de este momento se va a subir hasta mañana, ¿ok? Y el título de este tema es How are you feeling? We're going to work with vocabulary and function and also learn to predict information. Okay, let's start. So in vocabulary says illness. Match the speaking and working person answer the question. So I need you to tell me, guys, do you think men or women go to the doctor more often? So who do you think go to the doctor more often? Men or women? What do you think?
Women.
Women go more often. Okay. Why do you think that?
Because most of the women get scared even if they have like a bad headache or something like that.
Okay.
Somos muy drama queens.
Okay. Any other opinion? ¿Alguna otra opinión? Ya sea que soporte la de Raquel o bien sea diferente.
I think they did this because probably they have more things to check, especially when they have babies.
Okay.
The result about the pregnancy, it takes more risks and issues and that's developed some hormonal issues in your body, and they need to check out this transformation and then more prevention about to have more cancer and more dies, etc. And but for the other hand, men usually don't go to the doctor because we're kind of chicken. We don't like to hear what they say.
Yeah,
something like that. Or they're gonna tell us.
Okay, so well, okay, we have
to the last moment.
Okay, so now tell me, guys, what reasons do you think people give for not going to see a doctor? Like in general, men or women, what do you think are the reasons that people give for not going to see the doctor when they feel sick?
Laziness.
Okay. Laziness could be another
Sometimes
reason.
it's because it's expensive, you know. I mean, with the
Okay.
specialists,
Yeah.
yeah, they're really expensive. If you go to the specialist on something, they charge like a minimum for 30, 40 minutes, 100, I mean, 1,500 pesos or 2,000 pesos. And sometimes people don't have the money for that.
Okay. Okay. Very um okay, we're gonna talk about the topic later on, but now we're gonna go to this exercise of vocabulary. So we're gonna keep our opinions about what we were discussing a minute ago, and we're gonna go back. Ahora vamos aquí que dice vocabulary illness. Tengo aquí cuatro, digamos, enfermedades. You have a back, a cold, you have broken your arm or a leg, you have a sore throat or a back cough. You also have a high fever. And then here we have 4 different, let's say, advices. So you are going to match them, okay? If you have this, then you should do this, etc. Simplemente estaría bien hacer esto. So please mix and match them, and then we're gonna discuss your answers, okay? Did you finish, guys? ¿Listos?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Vamos con la primera. Number one, I'm going to ask Camila. Camila, can you read it, please? ¿Puedes leerla y decirme tu respuesta?
Sí. You have a headache. Take some painkillers.
Okay. Take some painkillers. Very good. Number two. Eric, ¿puedes leer la número 2, por favor, y decirme con qué la uniste? Eric, ¿estás ahí?
¿Me escuchan?
Sí.
You have a couch cold y lo uní con la C.
Take some medicine. ¿O cuál dijiste?
Get some.
Get some rest.
Ajá.
And drink lots of hot liquids. Very good. Number three. I'm going to ask Paola.
You have broken your arm, leg. Yes, go to the hospital for an x-ray. La letter B.
Excellent. Number 3B. Okay, somebody wants to help me reading the fourth one? Well, we know the answer to it, so, but who can help me?
You have a sore throat and a bad cough. You also have a high fever. It's,
Take some medicines, right? Very good. Okay, so here we have some illnesses in bold. The first one is you have a headache and a backache. Es dolor de cabeza la primera, backache, dolor de espalda, right? You have caught a cold or called the flu. Es un resfriado y gripe. You have broken your arm or broken your leg. Has roto tu pierna, bueno, tu brazo o tu pierna. A sore throat es dolor de garganta. Then we have bad cough, que es tos, and high fever, pues es temperatura alta. Y luego tenemos acá ese tipo de remedios, que el primero es medicine or antibiotics, pues que son medicina como antibióticos. Then it says X-ray, que son rayos X. And then we have get some rest, pues que es simplemente descansar. And drink lots of hot liquids, que hace referencia a tomar pues bebidas calientitas, como lo son tés, etcétera, right? And then the last one, painkillers or pills. Painkiller viene siendo como paracetamol, que son los, pues, ¿qué es paracetamol? ¿Qué se considera? No es un antibiótico, es un painkiller, es un al dolor, vaya, ¿no? Igual pills, pues son pastillas.
es un asesino del dolor.
Sí, nomás que tiene una traducción muy fantástica.
Sí, muy extraño. Me quiero acordar, pero no me acuerdo cuál es.
No, ya verdad, yo tampoco. Bueno. Ok, chicos. Vamos a continuar. ¿Alguna pregunta sobre este ejercicio?
No,
Great. I'm going to erase. And it says, what do you do when you have a cold or headache? I usually go to bed with a hot drink. How about you? I don't do anything, just keep working. These are just things. So what do you do, guys, when you're sick? ¿Qué hacen cuando están enfermos? I would like to know. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So I want to hear you in this 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I want to know, what do you do when you feel sick? When you have a cold, when you have a headache, or when you have a flu?
I think it depends. I mean, if it's something better light, like I don't do anything. I just don't very fun to take medicine for, especially antibiotics, because with the time you get immunity about this, and and they don't have the same effect, you know. So I try to heal, I mean, with something natural, you know, like
Okay.
drinks or some soup or something like that, and rest. Does it?
And do
And
you
drink a lot
actually
of,
rest?
yeah, and drink a lot of water.
Do you actually rest?
Yeah, if I have time, yes. I mean, depends how bad I feel, you know.
Okay. Something funny about, if you remember, like 2 weeks ago, I got COVID and it was funny because many people around me were sick, but only with a cold, or it's just a cold, or it's just a flu, but because are similar the symptoms with the new COVID, right? So everybody was thinking they had just a simple flu or cold, and it was actually this famous illness. So you need actually to rest, and sometimes we don't rest, and that makes, I'm not gonna say worse, but more tiring could be. Okay, well,
It could be.
in a minute. Oh, tell me.
No, I mean, it could be. I mean, and sometimes you get a lot of recommendation with people, especially when they try to give you some medicines. It's just not very good to take this if you don't have a doctor prescription.
Yeah, and it sometimes depends because, for example, some illnesses are like with the virus, and actually nothing is gonna make you feel better, but rest. And but when it is something like an infection or something like that, it is better to take something because otherwise you feel worse. Okay, so then guys, I'll see you again